The stars outside the spaceship shimmered like cold diamonds. Lieutenant Aaron Black stood near the viewing window, staring into the deep black of space. His mission was clear: explore unknown sectors, report anything strange, and come back alive. The ship, Eclipse 1, was on its 143rd day of exploration in the Delta 47 system, a place long marked as empty space on most star maps. But something had changed 2 days ago. The ship picked up a faint distress signal, repeating, ancient, and filled with a strange alien code no one could translate. The signal was coming from an abandoned station orbiting a dying red star. That's where they were now. The alien station floated silently in space. It was massive, dark, and shaped like a ring wrapped around a glowing core. Parts of it were broken. Other parts pulsed with a weak, golden light. It looked old. Impossibly old. Aaron adjusted his gloves and helmet. His heart beat faster as the airlock doors slid open. "We're ready," came the voice of Zaina, a young, beautiful woman and the mission's alien technology expert. Her dark purple skin shimmered slightly under the lights of her suit. Her species, the Valari, were peaceful and wise, known for their deep knowledge of ancient tech. Aaron nodded. "Let's move." The boarding team included Aaron, Zaina, and 2 security officers. They stepped inside the alien station, lights from their suits cutting through the thick shadows. The air was still cold and heavy with silence. Zaina scanned the walls with her device. "This station is precursor design," she whispered, almost afraid to speak loudly. They were one of the first spacefaring civilizations in the galaxy. Long gone now. Nothing like this should still exist. They moved deeper into the station. The walls were covered in strange symbols that glowed softly when touched. Broken machines lay on the floor like bones of a forgotten age. The deeper they went, the warmer the air became. Then they found it. A large chamber opened before them. In the center stood a tall structure, like a control console, pulsed with soft golden light, steady and alive. It didn't look damaged on like the rest of the station. Zaina suddenly gasped. "Stop. No one touch anything." "This is a stellar core interface. It's active." Aaron turned to her. "What does that mean?" Zaina stepped forward carefully. "It means the station still has power. This console connects directly to the heart of the station. If someone connects to it accidentally or not, it could trigger anything." She turned to the others. "No one touches it." "Understood?" Aaron nodded, but something about the console pulled at him like it was calling him. A gentle hum filled his ears, and he walked closer without even realizing it. Zaina noticed. Her eyes widened. "Aaron, don't press that." Too late. Aaron's hand brushed the panel. And the moment his skin touched it, a shock of golden energy ran up his arm. His body froze. The symbols on the walls lit up all around the chamber. "Aaron," Zaina shouted, running toward him. The console glowed brighter and brighter. Golden light wrapped around Aaron's body, lifting him slightly into the air. He felt his heart pounding. Strange images flashed in his mind. Tall beings with glowing skin, stars being born and dying, galaxies spinning. He didn't understand any of it, but it all felt real. Then everything stopped. Aaron fell back to the floor with a heavy thud. The light vanished, but something had changed. He sat up slowly. "What just happened?" Zaina knelt beside him, scanning his body. "You're glowing." Aaron looked at his arms. Faint golden lines like circuits glowed just beneath his skin. Zaina's face was pale. "You've activated the station." "And it has bonded with you." Behind them, the station shuddered. Deep grinding sounds echoed through the walls. A low alarm began to blare in an alien tone. Lights along the hallway turned red. The security officers raised their weapons. "What's going on?" one of them asked. Zaina stood quickly. "The station is waking up. Systems are coming back online. We need to leave now." They ran back toward the ship. The floor beneath them shook with each step. Doors opened and closed on their own. The walls flashed with strange patterns. It was like the station was alive again and watching them. back on the Eclipse One. Aaron was placed in a sealed medical room. The ship's doctor scanned him, confused and worried. No signs of damage, but his body is different, the doctor said. There's energy running through him. Not human, not machine, something in between. Aaron sat up, feeling strange but not sick. I saw something when I touched it. Visions. Stars. Beings made of light. Zaina looked at him through the glass. You connected with the station's core. It accepted you. It shouldn't be possible. Why me? He asked. I don't know, she said, but whatever it did to you, it's just the beginning. Outside the ship, the alien station pulsed with life. Systems reactivated one by one. Long-dead machines hummed again. Deep within its core, a signal was sent across space, a beacon that had not been used in millions of years. Far away, in a dark corner of the galaxy, something received that signal, something that had been waiting. The medical room on Eclipse One was quiet, except for the soft humming of machines. Lieutenant Aaron Black sat on the examination bed, staring at the golden lines still glowing under his skin. They moved slowly, like living energy, tracing patterns. He didn't understand. Across the glass, Zaina watched him closely. She had not left the room since they returned from the alien station. Her eyes were filled with both worry and curiosity. Aaron rubbed his forehead. I feel fine, but I keep seeing things. What kind of things? Zaina asked through the visions, stars being born, ancient cities in space, tall, glowing beings talking in a language I don't understand. Zaina nodded slowly. You're connected to something bigger now. The console you touched wasn't just a control panel. It was a gateway, precursor, stellar core interface. Aaron raised an eyebrow. You said that before, but what is it really? She took a breath. It's a living control system, a bridge between technology and thought. Only beings with a specific energy pattern could access it until now. Somehow, it accepted you. It bonded with your human DNA. Aaron frowned. So, what does that mean? I'm part alien now? No, she said quickly. But something inside you is changing. That gloat's precursor tech merging with your cells. Slowly, carefully, it wants to adapt to you. The door behind Zaina opened, and Captain Reyes stepped in. A tall, serious man with sharp eyes. He didn't waste time. Lieutenant, the captain said what you triggered on that station may have just alerted half the galaxy. We're receiving unknown signals. Something or someone is coming. Aaron stood. How bad is it? Captain Reyes turned to Zaina. Show him. She brought up a hologram. A map of the nearby stars appeared, and one point blinked in. Red. A fleet of ships was moving fast, heading straight toward the station and the Eclipse One. They belong to the Vernax Empire, she explained. They hunt lost technology, especially precursor relics. They destroy anything that stands. In their way, Aaron clenched his fists. How long until they arrive? 30 hours, the captain replied. We can't outrun them, not without leaving the station behind. Zaina looked at Aaron. But if we leave it now, we might never understand what it gave you. The captain crossed his arms. And if we stay, we could all be captured. Or worse. Silence filled the room. Aaron finally said, I need to go back. The station isn't finished with me. The captain stared at him. What if it's dangerous? Aaron gave a small smile. It already changed me. It didn't hurt me. I think it wants me to finish what I started. The next day, a small shuttle carried Aaron and Zaina back to the station. Only the two of them. The rest of the crew stayed behind, ready to escape if things went wrong. The inside of the station had changed. It was no longer dark and cold. Lights glowed softly along the walls. The floor felt warm. The place felt alive. Aaron looked around, responding to me. Zaina nodded. It sees you as part of its system now. As they walked deeper into the station, the glowing lines on Aaron's skin pulsed brighter. Ice. His steps felt lighter. Every touch on the walls caused panels to open, lights to follow his hand. They reached the central chamber again, the place where it all began. The console had changed. It now floated slightly above the floor, spinning slowly, glowing brighter than before. Aaron stepped forward. As he did, a beam of light rose from the floor, surrounding him. His body floated gently, and the symbols in the chamber began to rotate. Around him, Zaina gasped. It's unlocking another layer. Aaron's mind flooded with new visions. He saw a memory from the past millions of years ago. A great war, entire star systems destroyed. The precursors built this station to protect life. It was their final hope. Then Aaron saw something else. A dark shadow, bigger than planets, moving through the stars. Something old, hungry, and powerful. The same thing that had destroyed the precursors was coming back. The light faded. Aaron dropped to his knees, breathing hard. Zaina ran to him. What did you see? He looked at her, his eyes glowing faintly. They made this station to stop a threat, a creature, a force. It eats stars, consumes life, and it's coming back. Zaina's voice trembled. Then we need to finish activating the station. Aaron stood slowly. There's one more step. A final connection. But it's dangerous. What kind of danger? If I complete the connection, I may not be fully human anymore. It might change me forever. Zaina hesitated. Are you sure? Aaron looked at her with a calm smile. Not really. If I don't, that thing might destroy everything. Earth, Valari, every world we know. She reached out and touched his arm. I'll help you. No matter what. Back on Eclipse 1, alarms rang out. The Vernax fleet had arrived, dark, sharp ships with red glowing engines. Their leader, Commander Thalar, sent a message to the ship. This station belongs to the Vernax Empire now, Thalar's voice said coldly. You have 1 hour to surrender. If you resist, we will destroy you. Captain Reyes watched the screen. We can't stop them. Then a voice came through from Aaron, clear and calm. Don't worry. I'm almost ready. Inside the station, Aaron stood once more at the core. The light surrounded him again, brighter than before. His body glowed. From head to toe, golden energy wrapping around him like armor. His voice echoed with power. Zaina watched, eyes wide. Aaron. He turned to her. I'm not just connected to the station now. I am part of it. The core pulsed once, then twice. Powerful wave of energy spread through the station and into space. All systems came online. The station had awakened. The alien station floated like a giant ring in space. Its lights were no longer dim. They glowed bright gold, pulsing like a heartbeat. Deep inside the core, Aaron stood surrounded by energy, his body glowing stronger than ever before. He was no longer just Lieutenant Aaron Black. The station had accepted him, merged with him. He could feel it now, every system, every wire, every room. It was like a second body. Zaina watched him carefully. She stood just outside the core chamber, holding her scanner. Her heart raced. Aaron's energy readings were off the scale, but he was still calm, still him. Are you all right? She asked. Aaron opened his eyes. They glowed faintly golden. Yes. I can feel everything now. The station is alive again. It's listening. Listening to what? To me. Zaina looked down at her scanner. You've activated the full network. The precursor systems are running. There more. Something deep in the core is waiting. Aaron nodded. Yes, a weapon. A defense system. They built it to stop what's coming. Outside the station, the Vernax fleet waited. Their ships floated like sharp shadows in space, weapons aimed directly. At the alien ring, Commander Thaler sat in the lead ship, watching closely. Send the final message, Thaler ordered. His officer nodded. Message sent to Eclipse 1. Surrender or be destroyed. Captain Reyes stood on the bridge of Eclipse 1, fists clenched. Still no word from Aaron? No, sir, replied the comm officer. But the station's energy levels just doubled. Something big is happening. Reyes stared out at the fleet. Let's hope he knows what he's doing. Inside the station, Aaron walked slowly through the glowing halls. Zaina followed closely. As they moved, the walls lit up beside them. Screens showed alien text and diagrams. Some showed images of stars. Others showed a black void. Zaina stopped at one screen. This is a map of the galaxy. That black spot. That's the threat, isn't it? Aaron nodded. It's what the precursors feared most. A force that eats light. It doesn't talk, doesn't stop. It just consumes. Zaina whispered, "How do you fight something like that?" Aaron looked. At the center of the screen, with knowledge and power, they reached the heart room, the true core of the station. A large crystal floated in the air, spinning slowly. It glowed with deep golden light, and tiny sparks danced around it. Aaron stepped forward. "This is it, the last piece." Zaina put a hand on his shoulder. "Once you connect with it, it might change you forever." Looked at her eyes soft. "I know, but I can't turn back now." Slowly, Aaron reached out and touched the crystal. Light exploded in the chamber, not burning, but warm and full of life. His body lifted into the air again, and the crystal pulsed with energy. Around them, the station trembled. Machines woke, shields activated, power filled the empty halls. Aaron's voice echoed, but it sounded like more than one voice. "The station is now fully online. I can see the galaxy. I can see their ships. I can feel time." Zaina shielded her eyes from the light. "Aaron, can you hear me?" "Yes," he replied gently. "I'm still me. But I understand now. The precursors built this place not just as a weapon, but as a memory. I carry their thoughts, their knowledge." Suddenly, a new screen opened in front of them, showing the Vernax fleet. Aaron stepped toward it. They've waited long enough. Commander Thaler stood on the bridge of his warship when a message flashed across his screen. It wasn't a voice. It was an image of Aaron, floating in golden light. "This is Lieutenant Aaron Black," he said calmly. "You are standing in front of a precursor world guard. Leave now or face the consequences." Thaler laughed. "A human? You think you can scare us with stolen tech?" Aaron's image remained calm. "I'm not using it. I am it." Then the screen went black. Dollars. Smile faded. Back in the station, Zaina watched as new systems activated. Turrets slid out from the outer ring. Shields formed a bright golden dome around the entire structure. Drones woke up and flew out like glowing insects, forming a defense wall in space. Aaron looked at her. "I'm ready." Zaina stepped closer. "Are you still with us?" He smiled, more than ever. Suddenly the station shook. A red warning flashed. Incoming fire detected. The Vernax had fired the first shot. The laser hit the station's shield and bounced off harmlessly. Aaron raised his hand. "Let's show them what this station can really do." From deep within the ring, energy charged. A golden beam shot out. Not to destroy, but to disable. The nearest Vernax ship shut down, completely dead in space. Engines stopped. Lights went dark. Across the Vernax fleet, confusion spread. Aaron sent one last message. "This is your only warning," the Lord growled. "Pull back. Regroup." The fleet retreated slowly. Keeping their distance, Aaron turned to Zaina. "That was only a fraction of what the station can do." Zaina exhaled. "You didn't destroy them. They came for war. I chose peace. That's the human way." She smiled at him. "And that's why the station chose you." Later, on Eclipse 1, the crew welcomed Aaron and Zaina back with surprise. In relief, the glow in Aaron's skin had faded slightly. But it was still there, like a part of him now. Captain Reyes met him at the hangar. "You saved all of us." Aaron nodded. "Duh. The Vernax will think twice now. The galaxy has a guardian again." Zaina stood beside him. "But the real danger hasn't arrived yet." Aaron looked out the window, toward the stars. "I know. The darkness is still coming. This was just the beginning." The station was quiet again, floating like a golden ring around the dying star. After the Vernax retreat, the crew of Eclipse 1 had returned to normal duty, but inside, no one felt calm. They all knew this was only the calm before the storm. Aaron sat alone in the main control chamber of the station. His hands rested on the console, glowing gently. Golden light still flowed under his skin, though it no longer hurt. It had become part of him like blood or breath. He stared at the large screen in front of him. It showed stars, planets, and one deep dark space, cold, empty, and slowly growing. That was the danger. The ancient force the precursors had feared. The one thing even they could not stop. It was moving again. Now Aaron could sense it. He heard soft footsteps. Zaina entered the room and stood beside him. "Any change?" she asked. Aaron shook his head. "It's still coming, slow but steady, like it knows we're watching." She sat beside him. "The Vernacs haven't returned. Maybe they're afraid." Aaron gave a weak smile. "Maybe. But fear doesn't stop everything." There was silence for a moment. Then Zaina spoke again. "You've changed, Aaron. Not just outside, inside too." Nodded. "I know. I feel different. I can hear things now, systems, stars, even thoughts from the past, the precursors. They're memories. They're inside this place, and inside me." Zaina's voice grew softer. "The final connection is ready, isn't it?" Aaron looked down at his hands. "Yes. The station offered it to me. A full merge. If I accept, I'll gain full control of everything. I'll become one with the station, just like the ancient builders once did. But what's the cost?" Aaron looked at her. "I don't know. Maybe I'll lose more of my human side. Maybe I'll stop feeling like me." Zaina's eyes filled with emotion. "You're already more than human. But don't forget who you are. Don't forget your heart." Aaron reached out and gently held her hand. "You've kept me grounded, Zaina. I don't want to lose that." A soft alarm broke the moment. A red light blinked on the screen. Aaron stood quickly. Another ship is entering the system. They rushed to the viewing bay. A dark ship slowly approached from the edge of the solar system. It wasn't Vernax. It wasn't any known species. It looked strange, like it was made of shadow and metal. No windows. No lights. Aaron's eyes widened. It's a scout for it. The enemy had arrived. Captain Reyes watched from the bridge of Eclipse 1. The dark ship moved slowly, almost like it was scanning the station and the ship. It didn't send messages. It didn't answer hails. It just watched. "What is it doing?" the science officer asked. Reyes replied, "Testing us, seeing how we respond." Suddenly, the shadow ship fired a beam, silent and sharp. It didn't hit the station or the ship. Instead, it hit the dying star nearby. The star groaned. A deep vibration spread through the system. A piece of the star collapsed in on itself. The light around it dimmed. "They're feeding on it," Aaron said. His voice was filled with shock. Zaina turned to him. "That's how it begins. It eats stars, then worlds, then everything else." Aaron took a deep breath. "I need to make the final connection. Now." Zaina grabbed his arm. "Are you sure?" He looked into her eyes. "If I wait, more will come. This was just a small piece of the real thing. I have to finish what the precursors started." Aaron returned to the heart room, the place where the station's power core floated like a glowing crystal in the air. He stepped inside alone. Zaina stayed just outside the door. He placed his hand on the core system, ready for full merge. A soft voice echoed in the chamber. Aaron closed his eyes. "Proceed." Golden light poured into him. Every nerve in his body lit up. His mind expanded. He could feel the station's memory, the entire history of its builders, their hopes. Their final battle, he saw their fall. But he also saw their plan. The merge was painful, but only for a moment. Then it was quiet, and he was more. He opened his eyes. They glowed brighter than ever. Zaina entered slowly. She looked at him with awe. "Aaron, I'm here," he said. His voice was still his, but now calm, wise, and strong. "I understand. Everything now, the station is mine, and I can stop it." Back at the viewing bay, the shadow ship began to move again. This time, it charged its weapon aimed at the station. Before it could fire, golden energy flowed from the ring. A shield formed. Then a second wave of energy pushed out, striking the enemy ship. Instead of exploding, the ship froze. Then, turned to ash. No sound, No fight, just gone. The crew of Eclipse One stared in silence. Captain Reyes whispered, "He did it." Aaron stood with Zaina, watching the screen. That was only a scout. The true darkness is still far away. But it knows I'm here now. It will come faster. Zaina looked up at him. "So what now?" Aaron turned to her. "The station can move. I can guide it. I'll take it to the edge of the galaxy, where the dark force grows. I'll stop it before it reaches us." "You're leaving?" she asked softly. He nodded. "It." After Zaina took a step forward. "And me?" He smiled gently. "I want you with me. Do you understand this tech better than anyone? And I trust you." Her eyes brightened. "Then I'm staying." They stood side by side, ready to face the unknown. The next day, the crew of Eclipse One watched from a distance as the alien station powered up again. A new energy surged through its rings. Engines hidden deep inside began to hum. Aaron sent one final message to the ship. "This is not goodbye. This is a new beginning. The galaxy has been without a guardian for too long. Now it has one again." Station vanished into a streak of golden light heading into deep space. Captain Reyes lowered his head. "Good luck, Lieutenant, whatever you've become." The golden ring-shaped station glided silently through the stars, far beyond known space. The lights of distant galaxies blinked like tiny candles around it. Deep inside, Aaron stood at the center of the control chamber, surrounded by glowing symbols and screens filled with strange data. Zaina entered quietly, carrying a small datapad. She handed it to him. "We've crossed into the outer edge," she said. "The scans show nothing for light years, except one place." Aaron touched the screen. A dark spot appeared. A place where no stars shined, no signals came, and no life could be sensed. "It's there," he said. "That's where the darkness lives." Zaina nodded slowly. "Are you ready?" Aaron looked at his hands. The golden light was stronger now, flowing like fire beneath his skin. His voice remained calm, but his eyes held deep power. "I don't think anyone could ever be ready for this, but I have to try." She stepped closer. "You're still you, even after everything." He smiled softly, "'Cause you never let me forget." They stood together in silence, looking out at the darkness ahead. It was more than empty space. It was a place that swallowed light, time, and even thought. And it was growing. As the station moved closer, the stars behind them began to dim. The void ahead seemed to pulse like a slow heartbeat. The control panels buzzed with warnings. Suddenly, the screens filled with strange shape shadows forming and twisting in space. Ships, or creatures, or something in between. They had no engines, no metal. It's only dark forms, floating like smoke. Zaina's eyes widened. "They're not machines. They're alive." Aaron's voice was steady. "They were created long ago. Not to explore, not to build. Only to consume." The darkness began to move toward the station. The battle had begun. Inside the control chamber, Aaron raised both hands. The station responded instantly, shields wrapped around it like golden waves. Hundreds of defense drones launched from hidden chambers. Beams of golden light fired toward the dark forms. The first wave hit. Aaron focused, guiding the energy with his thoughts. One by one, the shadow creatures fell. They vanished into dust when touched by the station's light. But more kept coming. Zaina shouted, "There are too many." Aaron didn't stop. "They're testing our limits, but I haven't shown them the full power yet." He stepped forward and pressed both hands against the heart crystal. His body lit up completely, golden lines covering every inch of his skin. "Engaging full system," he said. Activating stellar core, the entire station shook. A ring of golden fire burst out, spreading across space. Every shadow ship nearby was caught in it. Their forms melted and disappeared without sound. The space around the station cleared for a moment. Quiet returned, but it didn't last. From the center of the darkness, shape began to rise, massive, towering, and pulsing with cold energy. It was not like the others. It had form, it had strength, It had purpose. Aaron stared at it. Here, the main force. The ancient enemy. Zaina stepped back. It's the thing that destroyed the precursors. Aaron's voice was quiet but strong. Then it ends with me. The dark giant moved slowly toward the station. It didn't fire weapons. It didn't speak. It simply absorbed everything in its path. Aaron closed his eyes. The precursor's memories flooded his mind. Images of cities falling, stars dying, and worlds fading into silence. But one thing echoed louder than all. We failed because we feared change. Aaron opened his eyes. I won't fear it. Stepped into the ascension chamber, deep below the core, a place even Zaina had never seen. She followed, calling after him. What are you doing, Aaron? Looked back at her. The last protocol. It was never finished, but I can complete it now. Zaina's voice trembled. You could lose everything, even your body. Dead, he smiled. Or maybe I'll become something. More, something this galaxy needs. She stepped forward, eyes shining. Then I'm staying. He gently touched her shoulder. No. If I fail, someone has to remember. Someone has to carry the story. Zaina stood still, her voice was low. Promise me you'll come back, I'll try. Inside the ascension chamber, golden light filled the air. Aaron floated above the floor, his body becoming light itself. The station's full power poured into him. Knowledge, time, and energy all became one inside him. He became more than human. He became the last hope of an ancient dream. Outside, the dark force reached the station, struck with silent power, tearing through shields, shaking the ring. Drones exploded, lights flickered, but then everything stopped. A second sun rose from the station. No, not a sun, Aaron. He floated above the ring, surrounded by golden flames, brighter than anything the galaxy had seen in thousands of years. The dark giant tried to crush him. Aaron raised his hand. A wave of pure energy exploded from him. It didn't destroy, it healed. It restored broken space. It pushed back the void. The dark creature screamed, though it had no mouth. Its form cracked, its core shattered. The darkness began to fall apart. Piece by piece, light returned far. Away on Eclipse 1, the crew watched in silence. Captain Reyes stood on the deck, tears in his eyes. He did it, he whispered. A golden wave passed over them, soft and warm. Their systems lit up with new energy. The stars around them grew brighter. The galaxy had changed. Back at the edge of space, Zaina searched the remains of the station. Much of it had survived. The heart chamber was empty. Aaron was gone. She stood alone, holding a small crystal. It was the last piece of the station, and maybe the last piece of him. Then a soft voice echoed in the chamber. I'm still here. Zaina turned quickly. The crystal in her hand glowed. Aaron's face appeared inside, it faint but smiling. I couldn't return the same way, he said, but I'm not lost. Zaina smiled through tears. You kept your promise. Always will. The light faded gently, but the warmth stayed. From that day forward, stories spread across the stars of a glowing human who saved the galaxy, of a station that became a light in the darkness, and of a woman who remembered everything. Aaron. Black was no longer just a man. He had become the human weapon the galaxy needed, and his light would never fade.